Hey, what's up guys? Talon back with a new video. Today we are going to check out the new Overdrive mode in Cyberpunk 2077. So they just released a new ray tracing update, which it's actually path tracing. It's not even ray tracing, it's path tracing. They just released this update this morning. It came out a couple hours ago. I just woke up and downloaded it, and we are jumping in and take a look. I like to record in this scene up here because you trigger the rain, so it's constantly raining, and I think it makes the game just look really cool. It's just very dark. I kind of wish you could just play the game like this all the time, like in some sort of mod, but you have to actually come up here to trigger it. And right now we are playing at 4K with everything on the max setting. So you can see we're at 4K full screen. Everything's maxed out. Frame generation is turned off right now. We're using DLSS on quality, and then everything else is maxed out. Did they always have Intel Xe? I don't think they had this. I think this is new. I know the DSR, or FSR, sorry, 2.1 was in the game, but I think Intel Xe super sampling is new. That's interesting. I think they just added that. That probably came in the patch. I'll have to look at the patch notes. Maybe that was always there, but I'm fairly certain that was not there previously. So that's kind of cool to see. I like when all of the options are available because it's fair to everybody, right? And you want to use the one that's best for your card. Obviously for NVIDIA being DLSS, and DLSS is just better image quality. So yeah, everything else is maxed out. Path ray tracing is on. Path tracing technology preview, that's what they're calling it. It is a preview. It requires at least a 4070 Ti or a 3090 confirmation is required. I believe it works. People are reporting it works perfectly fine on a 3080. So I don't believe that's accurate, and why they would limit it to a 3090, that is sort of weird. 3080 Ti, 30, like any, and I know it works on a 20 series as well, so I think that's just some sort of typo. With more than 8 gigabytes of VRAM as well. You basically need, they say at least, this option's grayed out for, okay, hold on. Enables path tracing for creating single frame screenshots in photo mode. Requires a DXR ready graphics card, so that's any AMD, Intel, or NVIDIA recent graphics card. They're all DXR. 8 gigabytes. It's is grayed out for GPUs more than lower. Oh, if it's grayed out, okay. Like that doesn't make any sense. So if it's grayed out, you want to lower your resolution. Got it. So everything's maxed out. So we're on the rooftop, so we'll go down here and go back to the street level. I anticipate that when we get to the street level, it's obviously going to drop an FPS. Well, it does look really good, though. The way the light is bouncing and just kind of traveling along, it makes it more difficult to see in here. It's realistic as far as how the lighting works. Go to the lobby. I don't play this game that often anymore. I got into it for a little while again recently, and now I've been playing through The Last of Us. Now that this is in the game, I probably, just because I really enjoy it, like The Last of Us is a gorgeous game. It's not well optimized, but it's super gorgeous. Yeah, this is pretty awesome, guys. The way this looks this is easily the best looking game I've seen in terms of how just light and shadows. Like, I came out this elevator, this room looks real now. Like, it's hard to put your finger on why it looks so much more real. Probably because it looks more natural. The way the light is bending around this front desk, the way it diffuses slowly over the floor. Yeah, this is really cool. This darkened area over here, but there's still light, and everything's got shadows the way it should. This is crazy looking. Wow. It's definitely going to be a thing of, can it run Cyberpunk instead of can it run Crisis? This actually runs really well. I thought they were saying it ran at 19 frames per second, or is it low of 19 frames per second? Because I'm getting 30 FPS and, 35 FPS when I was recording, so that's giving me a hit. When the GPU is just loaded up, it's even worse. The rain looks incredible now with all the reflections. This looks so good. So the rain will last for a little while, as well. Let's see if they've improved like reflections, as far as like being able to see yourself, because I know that was kind of a thing. Definitely improved reflections, because look at that in that, right? But I'm not seeing myself still, which is interesting. Maybe there's just not enough light. I don't know. They've really improved the reflection quality, though. Like, everything is super reflective when this is all... Are you run me over? Are you shit me? Yeah, reflections are crazy improved. I still can't really... Like, it doesn't reflect you, which is kind of weird. Right? I don't think I see myself reflecting. I see the world, but I don't seem to be seeing everything like my own body. Let's see. Let's see what it looks like inside now. Yeah, it reflects the red light from everything. That's really cool. Ah! I just want to see how it reflects on everything now. That's wild. Wow. It's more mirror-like. Oh my god, I need to turn HDR on and play this. I forgot to turn HDR on. This looks so good. This is definitely some impressive technology. Rain is stopping as you go through buildings. It's hitting a building. I like how they do that. They don't just have the rain constant, like if a building, I can't see it, but if a building is blocking the rain, it stops the rain as it should. So this is a pretty bright area, so we'll stop here. I was looking for something sort of bright. Definitely open area, lots of rain. I still can't tell if I'm reflecting in that. I don't think I am, which is really interesting. Like, why would they not have... Oh, wait. No. It's definitely a pretty... Like, you're still... Your person, it appears. It's just the strangest thing. Why would they not have you, like, present in a reflection if it's tracing everything? That's very interesting. Maybe that was too performant, or maybe it's some sort of bug. But it seems like I'm not being traced, like, in the world. Like I'm not taken into the equation here. I don't see my guy. And I mean, if you walked up to a car that had light on it, you'd see yourself reflecting in glass. So that's interesting. I always thought that was kind of weird. Yeah, see how you never reflected in the glass in Cyberpunk, which I always thought was sort of strange. And you still don't. So, I wonder why they have that. Why that is. Like, why would they... I mean, everybody else in the world, and that's being path traced, right? So they're reflecting, but, like, you don't. And I don't understand. Never understood that. Interesting. All right, moving on. Let's check out how the different quality levels of DLSS play into this. So let's see if we can get away with not using frame generation. So we're at 4K. God, this looks so good. I mean, look at the colors on the pavement. Everything is just reflecting the way it should. It's wild. Absolutely insane. 41 frames per second. With G-Sync on, I'm finding this to be very playable. I want to see what NVIDIA DLAA would do to the game. So obviously this is it's going to make it more performant. Holy crap. 20 frames. But that is a glorious 20 frames per second. It looks so good. So obviously this would not be playable, but it does look amazing. See how the light is bending around that car? That is wild. And now it's spreading out more. That's crazy. The light's actually bending around. You can see the light's bending. That's just nuts. You could see the reflection of his brake lights as he drove away there as well. Alright, so we were at 44. So now we're going to try balanced. DLSS. This is totally playable. I'm recording, so I'm also taking a performance hit. You don't even have to use frame generation with this car. And my 4090 is completely stock. Like, I'm not even overclocked. I bet if I overclock this, I could get this close to 60 frames per second, which is balanced. That is wild. Alright. We're going to try performance. I don't even think we'd have to go to... I think performance is going to be the way to go. So performance gets you to about 60 frames. Now, we're not in like a gunfight or anything, but it still looks amazing. And now you're with the recording at 4K with the encoder. At stock on my GPU, I'm over 60 frames per second. With the rain, with all these reflections. Every scene's going to change, obviously, but this is a very playable experience. It's a single-player game, so... Okay, I guess we're going to try the highest performance now. Ultra. Okay, Ultra, we're at... Did it just default frame generation on? No. Wait, what? Ultra performance without frame generation gets me to 90-something frames per second. That's wild. This card is so powerful. It's obviously got a much lower internal render resolution, right? Ultra performance is much, much lower. But still, if you didn't want to use frame generation, this looks incredible. This looks really, really, really good. I think my rain is stopping. Yeah, rain's starting to stop. So we're at about 100 frames per second. See how it only lasts for a little while. Now we're going to turn on frame generation. Interesting that we didn't really go up in frames. I think frame generation really helps when your CPU limited. And now we're still at about 100 frames per second. So because we're not CPU limited, I think with frame generation now on... Oh, it went to auto. That's why. It went to auto. Okay, frame generation on with the ultra performance. This should be higher now. There we go. 140 frames per second. Even with path tracing. Oh my god, the frame generation of this game is freaking amazing. Anybody who thinks that this is bullshit and fake frames, like, holy crap. It's like night and day difference. The fluidity of the image. It feels like a game that's running at 144 frames per second. It's incredible. Cyberpunk is one of those games that frame generation just is absolutely amazing. Okay, so we're path tracing this. So let's try balanced. Well, we'll go down to performance. We'll just go right back up the scale. Alright, so that puts us at about 100 frames per second. Much better looking image too. I probably, performance is probably where if I wanted to get really high frames, have low input latency, and a really good looking game, this is probably how I would play the game. The DLSS works great. You're getting path tracing. This is probably how I would enjoy this game. Because it just works so well. And we're going to try balanced. Wow, still very good performance. So let's say you're just... Okay, we'll run around for a second. But we're going to say, I think some people are still going to play the game. I think balanced or performance would be... The image quality is just amazing. Performance is still really, really good. It is a single-player game. It's not a competitive FPS shooter.
Are your jeans the wrong fit? Biotechnica, the perfect view is waiting.
Kind of go back over towards where we were originally doing the recording here. I know it's not raining anymore, but things are still kind of wet. You still get some of the reflections on the ground. Not nearly as many because it's not as wet. Yeah, this looks great. And then we're going to try quality. So you're above the 60 FPS experience, even while recording path tracing this with the frame generation, and it still feels really, really good. Yeah, I think you could play it this way. You just want the ultimate in the graphics. You want 4K, you want quality, but you want a at least a 60 FPS experience. I think quality with the frame generation on is going to be the way to go. And imagine when we have like the TI, holy crap, 90 Ti or a Titan. And then we get to the 50 series. Yeah, still even driving. We're holding above 60 frames up to 70. How's that? Don't call me right now. I'm going to the club.
What you looking for?
You know what I'm
Hardcore
looking for.
PD? Maybe something softer?
You don't got any real
Not so fast, little man.
Oh.
No weapons allowed. We're running a civilized operation.
I could offer you a booth.
This would be a good place to see the
Or a
ray
hard
tracing.
PD. Excellent choices, but
That's why I'm here. Alright, fine. Here, take my guns. Deposit your weapons. Where do you deposit them?
welcome. Please go right ahead.
I think you have to... Oh. Weapons secure.
See? Wasn't so hard.
That feels better.
Welcome to
Right. I feel safer.
Don't let those pricks twist your arm.
Oh, yeah.
We must
That looks
deal
so
out.
good. Guys, we're in here for a reason. We want to see what the Patrick's and stuff.
I know, this is my field.
Look at that, how it just, the light glows out onto the floor. Again, no mirrors to reflect anything. That's incredible. Still above a 60 FPS experience. What's going on? Shit! Get off the stage. I'm off the stage! Oh boy, it's mad. He's like, do not get on the stage with the girls. See how it gets darker?
I'm not here to make friends.
All of the light is reflecting the way it shows. Really cool. Alright. We got to see it. See how it's that's so cool. It like bounces off of this. That may have been there before though. I'm out of here. I don't like your dirty glove anyway. It's about to be daytime. That's a nice car. Guess I can't have it. I'll stick with mine, it's cool. Wait, where are my weapons? Did I not get my weapons? Oh my god, I didn't get my guns. Weapons secured. I think I like didn't put them in my hand. That's why. Why does it do that? Like, why wouldn't it just give your weapons back the way you had them? I thought I didn't get them back. I just didn't put them in my hand.
Leave me in peace.
Oh, I like those cars.
I don't want to talk to you.
Crap. Gotta get out of here. Gotta take this guy. Hop out. Sorry about that. I got away. He was hacking me. Wow. That would look amazing in HDR right there. Yeah, this looks incredible, guys. And even at quality right now, I mean, we're getting over 80 frames per second with frame generation, all that stuff turned on. But I'm also recording, so you can definitely get a variable playable experience with quality, with frame generation on, at 4K, everything maxed out, if that's, you know, the way you want to play the game. Again, if you want the highest frames, ultra performance, and now we're basically maxing out the refresh rate of this monitor, which is 4K 160. This still looks so incredibly good. Even with this lower internal render resolution, you just want to get like just silly high frames. Why are they mad at me for doing that? This is crazy how good this runs. The lighting just looks like incredible. This is really cool. All right, guys. We've kind of gone through all the settings at 4K anyway. Give you an idea of how it's going to run. The system I'm using is a 13900K and an RTX 4090. I'm using 7466 CL34 dual channel, dual rank. So it's not just dual channel, it is also dual rank. So that helps latency as well a little bit. It's performance-wise equivalent to running 8000 CL36 single ranks. But the advantage is obviously you have 64 gigabytes. So, anyways, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.